What's up? I know a week or two ago I made a list of my top 10 running backs in the NFL. Now I'm making but this is a top 15 list of wide receivers in the NFL. Top 15 wide receiver list. Instead of top 10, I'm making the top 15. And I got honorable mentions. You know what? I'm gonna get. Oh yeah, follow me on Twitter, man. At EverlastX25. At EverlastX25. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter, and also ask me some questions on my. Yeah, ask me some questions and shit. So I can make a Q&A video because I want to make a Q&A video one day. I've been trying to make one for the longest, but y'all be playing. Y'all don't want to ask me questions. Nobody want to ask me questions. And when people do ask me questions, it's always on my fucking comment section. I'm not about to go scroll down on my comment section. Okay? I'm not about to just go scroll down through, look at every question, flip back and forth to pages, like different pages and shit, just to look at questions and shit. Why not just put the question on my fucking Twitter? Just put it on my Twitter. You know, put it on my Twitter so I can get to that shit. You put it on my Twitter, I'll get to the questions a lot faster, and I'll answer them in the video. I'll get to them a lot faster and everything. So, ask me questions on Twitter at EverlastX25. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to do my top 15 receiver list, man. Let me do this now. I'm going to start off with honorable mentions. Deshaun Jackson, T.Y. Hilton, Reggie Wayne, Keenan Allen, Michael Crabtree, and Wes Welker. People are like, why didn't you put Deshaun Jackson on your list? Simple. He's a one-trick pony when it comes to being a receiver in my eyes. Yes, he gets some yards, but he's fast and shit, but you get physical with Deshaun Jackson and it's game over for him because he's going to be a non-factor. Because I've seen him in games, he's a complete non-factor. That's why I didn't put him on my list. Some games he look like a beast. If you don't get physical with him, if you just let him run the shit, just run out routes and shit, run out on your ass, just let him run the ball, run his route, then he might kill you with his speed and his agility. He might kill you. Actually, he's not really agile like as far as juking people and all that. He don't got the moves like that to be juking people. He just a straight line guy. That's why most of his passes when he catch is always going vertical because he's kind of a one-trick pony. So T.Y. Hilton, I think T.Y. Hilton is better than Deshaun Jackson in my opinion. He's better than Deshaun Jackson. He ain't scared to take a lick. For one, for a small guy, he's not afraid to take a lick. That's another thing. Another thing is he got better hands than Deshaun Jackson. And he's behind one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. Probably the top 5 quarterback in the NFL. So, yeah. Reggie Wayne, same thing. He's been on the Colts for years since Peyton Manning was there. He put up consistent numbers every year. Now he's on the team with the same team as T.Y. Hilton. You know, on the same team. But I like Reggie Wayne. I'm a fan of his. Always been a fan of his. And T.Y. Hilton's. I'm not a big fan of Deshaun Jackson. That's just in my opinion. People might dislike the video because I'm not a big fan of Deshaun Jackson. But he's a one-trick pony. You get physical with him, he ain't going to do shit against anybody. You get physical with him. If you just let him run around, yeah, he going to kill you. But you get physical with him, you basically took him off the game. I've seen it done too many times. Keenan Allen off the San Diego Chargers. I like Keenan Allen. He's a beast. He's a beast. I could have put him on his list, but it was too many good receivers. I think that's better than him. Michael Crabtree, he had a down year because of his injury. He came back from injury like a year or two ago. And ever since he came back from the injury, he have not been the same. but he's still a productive receiver in my opinion. He didn't. I think Kaepernick just sucked. I think Kaepernick garbage. If Crabtree was on the team like shit, if he was on the team like, for example, the Bears or something, he might make a big impact on the Bears because he's a one of them shifty in a slot type of receiver. So Michael Crabtree would be a good fit for the Chicago Bears. If the Chicago Bears, I'm not a fan. I hate the Chicago Bears, but if Crabtree was a free agent, I think the Bears should go after him because he'll fit that team very well, and he's a slot receiver. So yeah, I mean he can play outside too now, but he's mainly a slot guy. And Wes Welker, same thing, slot guy. I ain't put Wes Welker on my top 15 list because look, he's a slot receiver. I mean, other guys on my top 15 slot receivers as well, but them other guys do it better. But Wes Welker, I ain't put him on my list. My main list is because he played behind probably two of the top 5 greatest quarterbacks of all time. Two of the 5 greatest quarterbacks of all time. Peyton Manning, Tom Brady. He played behind the great quarterbacks. Put Wes Welker on another team with an average quarterback, he'll be an average receiver at best. That's why I didn't put him on my list. Now I'm about to go into my list. Top 15 list. I got their receptions down, I got their yards down, and their touchdowns down. A couple players I had to look up, and some players I did, some players I didn't. But yeah, let me get this thing started, man. Number 15, Torrey Smith. People like, what the fuck? You put Torrey Smith over Deshaun Jackson and T.Y. Hilton? What the fuck? And Reggie Wayne, are you high? Are you drunk? No, I'm not drunk. Torrey Smith, yeah, he had 49 receptions, 767 yards, and 11 touchdowns. So you basically, you do the math, 38 of his receptions, 38 of his 49 was touchdowns. 38. Do you get what I'm saying? I said 11 of his, I guess 11 out of 49 receptions is touchdowns. So like a quarter of his receptions come from or at least 10% of it. A quarter of it comes from touchdowns. So I guess he was using the red zone a lot. And Steve Smith was used as the main receiver, but he was mainly used for the touchdowns and shit and for red zone purposes. So Torrey Smith, number 15. I think Torrey Smith underrated, by the way. I don't think people give him enough credit that he deserved. I could have put him in honorable mention if you wanted to, but I think he a top 15 receiver in my opinion. Okay, number 14, Michael Floyd. He had 47 receptions, 841 yards, and 6 touchdowns. So, yeah, like this dude, I liked him for years. This Michael Floyd, ever since he came to the NFL, I've really been liking him, man. I've been a fan of his, man, since he came into the league. I think, what year he came into the league? 2011? Was it 2011 or 2012? I can't remember. I think it was 2011. But yeah, he came to the league, fucked shit up. I remember he fucked up the Lions, I think a couple years ago. Not last season, but 2 seasons ago. He fucked up the Lions. Single-handedly fucked up the Lions. And it was pissing me the fuck off. And, yeah, man, this dude's a beast, man. I think Michael Floyd could have put up better numbers if he had a better quarterback, in my opinion. If he had a better quarterback, I guarantee his numbers would be better. Put him on a team just put him on a team with Tom Brady. Just watch what fucking happened. Put him on a team with Tom Brady, Andrew Luck, Phillip Rivers, somebody like that. Put him on Aaron Rodgers. Put him on a team like, even the Lions. Put him on a team like that. And he's going to get his touches. I promise you that. He's going to be beasting. I think Michael Floyd should lead the Cardinals. The quarterback situation is crazy. I know Carson Palmer is their main quarterback, but he gets injured way too often. He had, I think, a torn ACL this season. Yeah, he got injured. I remember when I think Carson Palmer had 2 torn ACLs. One with the Cincinnati Bengals and one with the Cardinals this year. Or this past season. And yeah, that's all I gotta say. Number 13, people gonna give me shit for this, but I don't give a fuck. Fuck you. Number 13, Vincent Jackson has 70 yards, 1,002 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Yeah, his numbers is not mind blowing or nothing like that, but look at the quarterback situation in Tampa Bay. You got shitty ass Josh McCown passing you the ball. You got no quarterback. The quarterback situation is fucked up there. Mike Evans, but he looked like a stud. I know people. Oh yeah, by the way, this list it has no rookies on there. So if you're looking for Odell Beckham and fucking Sammy Watkins and who else was good? Looking for Sammy Watkins and Mike Evans and shit. You looking for receivers like that? Then I'm sorry to tell you, but they're not on this list yet. They got a couple more years before they get on this damn list. They got a couple more years, I'd say. But yeah, they got to play at least another year or two for them to get on this list. It's too early. I'm just saying. Like I said, you looking for Mike Evans, Sammy Watkins, and Odell Beckham Jr. and Jarvis Landry and shit from the Dolphins. If you looking for people like that, they not on this list. No rookies is on this list. I'm just give you a warning right there. Vincent Jackson though, he's a beast. I remember playing with him on Madden back in, I think when he was with the San Diego Chargers back in, I think, what was it, Madden 08, Madden 07? Oh my God, Vincent Jackson was a monster in Madden 08. I don't know y'all. I don't know. Oh, Madden 06 and shit. Madden 06. He was really a beast. I know y'all used to play them old Maddens and shit. I hate Madden. Madden is garbage, but I hate Madden 15. Madden 15 is the worst Madden of all time. Next to Madden 10, it's the worst Madden of all time. It's a pile of shit. But remember them old Maddens and shit when the San Diego Chargers was good as fuck when they had LaDainian Tomlinson and fucking Sean Merriman, Phillip Rivers. They had Antonio Gates Antonio Gates still out there, but you know, you get the picture right. Those stars. Vincent Jackson was the piece. Vincent Jackson, man, he always been a beast, man, and underrated. He's been underrated his whole career. And if you say Deshaun Jackson or T.Y. Hilton is better than Vincent Jackson, you need to get slapped in the fucking face. Because I've seen Vincent Jackson play for years, and this dude's a beast. He's a beast in my opinion. He's a savage. He just need to get a good quarterback on his team. That's all it needs is a quarterback. He needs a quarterback. Okay, number 12. Emmanuel Sanders. He had 101 receptions. I'm looking up. He had 101 receptions, 1,404 yards, and 9 touchdowns. 1,400 yards, 1,404 yards, 9 touchdowns, I meant to say. Yeah. Emmanuel Sanders. I got him. Well, he got these yards because look who he's playing behind. Peyton fucking Manning. And you know how the Broncos like to do. They like to throw the ball 1,000 fucking times a game. 5 billion times a game, so he gonna get his statistics gonna go up, obviously, from from benefiting from the Steelers to the Broncos. You know what I'm saying? From being on the Steelers to the Broncos, that transition. You know his numbers gonna go up because the Steelers they passed the ball too this year, but they more of a running team. Believe it or not. But Emmanuel Sanders, though, I like Emmanuel Sanders. Emmanuel Sanders, he's best when you use him like, say like you use him for like a screen pass, a wide receiver screen pass. He's best for them situations, or in a slot, or kick returning. He's good at them three, especially kick returning. I like Emmanuel Sanders. He's a beast. He's that quick twitch type of guy. But is he the type of receiver that goes up and get it in traffic? No, fuck no. He ain't no Vincent Jackson. He ain't got that type of skill. Number 11, Steve Smith has 79 receptions, 1,065 yards, and 6 touchdowns. Yeah. I've been a big Steve Smith fan for years, man. Since Carolina. I remember when he went to the Super Bowl with the Carolina Panthers going against the New England Patriots, losing that game. I think the score, what was the score? 23-29 or some shit? 29-23. I don't know. Was it 29? Oh, 28. I can't remember. Or was it 31? I can't remember. No, it's 31-23. I think. I'm not sure. Of that Super Bowl. But I watched the Super Bowl though. I just remember Steve Smith for years. Even though he's a Raven now, I still picture him as a Carolina Panther. I cannot get used to seeing him in a Ravens jersey. I just cannot get used to it. No matter how many times I see him play in a Ravens jersey, I always see him as a Carolina Panther for life. But the reason why he's playing for the Ravens right now because the Panthers ain't want to pay his ass. So, whatever. Steve Smith, man, he's a beast. He was balling this year, man. He was balling out of control. But, hey, he's good. I like Steve Smith. I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of his. Been watching them since 2002, 2003 when he came out. No, he ain't been out about that long. About around that time. Number 10. His clone. The newer version of Steve Smith. Golden Tate. The newer version. Or the more athletic, younger version of Steve Smith. Golden Tate, he played for my Lions and shit, so I ain't have to look up his numbers and shit. He had 99 receptions, 1,300 yards, and 1,331 yards, and I think he had, 5-6 touchdowns or something. He ain't had 6 touchdowns. I think he had 3 or 4. No, he had 4. He had 4 touchdowns. And, he had 4 touchdowns, I believe. I ain't write, like, him down. I ain't write his stats down, because I was guessing. He had 4 touchdowns and 1,331 yards. 99 receptions. And you got elected to his first Pro Bowl, man. Golden Tate's a beast. A newer version of Steve Smith. That's what he reminds me of. Just probably a little more physical. You know what I'm saying? And Golden Tate, he might be small. The reason why I got Golden Tate over Deshaun Jackson and all that shit is because, for one, he can block. Golden Tate, he might be small, but when he in the blocking situation on the running game, he will, if you're not careful, he will put you on your ass. Golden Tate will put you on your ass. He might be a smaller receiver, but do not let that size fool you. He will knock your ass out. He will clear your ass out. I swear he will. He's a good blocker for a small receiver. I give him credit for that now. He ain't no pussy. Deshaun Jackson's a pussy. He ain't gonna block shit. You know what I'm saying? And he can do more than Deshaun Jackson in the passing game. He's not a one-trick pony like Deshaun Jackson. He can do a lot more shit. He can run, and he's a better route runner. So, that's all I got to say about that. Golden Tate's a beast. He's a beast. That was the best signing the Lions had in fucking years. Beast Tate. I know Seattle mad as fuck they released his ass. They mad as hell he left their ass. I know Seattle Seahawks fans mad as hell. They missed that opportunity, man. That's a big blow to that receiving core. Cause what they got, Paul Richardson, he might be a good guy, but Doug Baldwin, the fuck is Doug Baldwin? He a fucking scrub. I ain't putting no fucking Doug Baldwin on my fucking list. The fuck out of here. I ain't even put him in my honorable mentions. He's not even good enough to be on my honorable mention. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. Golden Tate. Number 9, Antonio Brown. Now I'm looking at his numbers. He had 129 receptions, 1,698 yards, and 13 touchdowns. He had a lot of yards, but the main number I care about is the touchdowns. Look how many touchdowns he had. He had 13 touchdowns. Okay, that's pretty damn good. And he's not a big receiver. He's not one of them big ass receivers you see on the fucking field he ain't one of them big receivers like Calvin Johnson and Brandon Marshall, them big trees and shit. Fucking big ass trees and shit. Fucking Anquan Bolden. No, Anquan Bolden actually not super tall. Not Anquan Bolden. I'm at this like Larry Fitzgerald, somebody like that. They ain't nobody like that. No big tree and shit. But you get the point. Antonio Brown, he probably one of the fastest receivers in the NFL. That dude, when he gets off on the break, you get him space, you are fucked. You're done. It's over. You're not catching him. He gets space, you are done. You're done. It's over. It is over. I see him make a 5-yard pass and turn that son of a bitch to like a 60-yard pass. That's the type of shit he does. He can turn that bitch to a 60-yard touchdown. Turn a fucking 5-yard pass to a 60-yard touchdown. That's the type of shit he does. He one of the best. Golden Tate, Steve Smith is some of the best in the league when it comes to yards at the catch. Steve Smith, Golden Tate, Antonio Brown, Emmanuel Sanders, them receivers is very good at the yards after the catch. But especially Golden Tate though. Golden Tate, oh man. I could talk about Golden Tate all day, but I'm not about to make a Golden Tate video. So, because Golden Tate, I think he had a 73-yard pass after the catch win in the New Orleans Saints game. Was it New Orleans Saints game? No, that wasn't no 73-yard pass. I don't think it was. No, yes it was. My bad. Yes it was. I don't know if it was that game or the Atlanta game he did that on. But anyway, yeah, Antonio Brown is a savage, though. He's one of the best receivers in the league, in my opinion. Ben Roethlisberger love throwing him the ball. Every time I see Ben Roethlisberger pass the ball, it's down there every fucking time to Antonio Brown. So, it's ridiculous. Okay, number 8, Brandon Marshall. He had 61 receptions, 721 yards, and 8 touchdowns. He could have got more yards if he hadn't got injured. Because remember, he got injured during the season. So, he got injured and shit. So, hey. But when Brandon Marshall's healthy, that dude hard to stop, man. He's hard for damn near any team. Except the Lions. But anyway, he don't clown on the Lions like that. Not him. Really, the main one that be really clowning on the Lions is Alshon Jeffrey. It's not Brandon Marshall, because they be shutting down Brandon Marshall. Alshon Jeffrey be our fucking problem. He be our fucking problem. Not Brandon Marshall. Because I've seen too many games that Alshon Jeffrey be raping us and shit. So, but I ain't putting him in my honorable mention. But I ain't want to make that many honorable mentions. So, whatever. Brandon Marshall, he's a beast, though. He's with the Jets and shit. I know he pissed off getting traded to the Jets after he just signed that big-ass contract to the Chicago Bears. He thought he was going to be a Chicago Bear for the rest of his career, but it didn't turn out that way. The Bears had other plans to trade him anyways. They've been talking about trading him since last year. They was waiting for him to sign his contract so they could trade him and get some draft picks back because they try to rebuild that team and make the team younger. And I hate the fucking Bears, so I can't stand that fucking team. But this is not about how much I hate the Bears. This is about receivers. Okay, number 7, Demaryius Thomas. He had 111 yards, 1,619 yards, and 11 touchdowns. Yeah, he gonna get this many yards when you playing behind probably the top 5 quarterback in the NFL. Of course you're going to get these many yards. When you playing behind Peyton Manning and shit, of course you're going to get... When he was playing with Tim Tebow and fucking scroll quarterbacks and shit, he wasn't getting shit. But Demaryius Thomas is good, but he's not like... He's not outstanding. He's not an outstanding receiver to me. He might get a lot of yards and all that after the catch. His main thing is like his speed and getting yards after the catch. Demaryius Thomas will never be a guy that goes up and get it like this, like he AJ Green or some shit, or Calvin Johnson or Julio Jones or somebody that go and say fuck it. You know, he ain't that type of receiver. He's not. He never has been, never will be. He's more. Him and Josh Gordon is similar when it comes to their player style. They don't play like that. They depend on their speed and their route running to beat you. So. I'm not too crazy about Demaryius Thomas, by the way. I never have, but them numbers don't lie, though. But he's a good receiver, don't get me wrong. He's a very good receiver. But I'm just not crazy about him. But he deserves to be on my list, though. I'm not crazy about him. Am I the only one that's not crazy about Demaryius Thomas? Can he do that shit with an average quarterback? Can he do that shit with not a guy that's not a future Hall of Famer? Let's see what he can do. Will Payne Manning was in there. He won't be shit. He won't be shit. Well, I ain't gonna say he won't be shit, but he won't be that great. That is my opinion. Okay. Number 6, Andre Johnson. Now he's going to the fucking Colts, man. Every time I think of the Houston Texans, I think of Andre Johnson first. He's the first name that comes to mind when it comes to the Houston Texans. I don't give a damn about I don't give a damn what you say. You say J.J. Watt, J.J. Watt, J.J. Watt. No, that's not the first name I think of when it comes to the Houston Texans. It's always going to be Andre Johnson. Always have been. Always will be. I'm like, Andre Johnson. I'm like, damn, he don't even play for this team no more. And I still think about his name being on the damn Texans. Because he's been there since basically the beginning. The second year of the franchise when they got built in 2002. He was helped build in that franchise. He's a lifelong Texan. I wish the Lions got him like 5 years ago though, but when they signed, they would have had him and Calvin Johnson with contracts and shit. Just imagine him and Calvin Johnson on the same team. That shit would be scary. This shit would be scary. Yeah. Andre Johnson. He might not be I don't think he in his peak anymore, but he's still a very dangerous receiver. He's still when he's healthy, that dude is a beast. He's scary to play against. Most receivers still cannot cover him. He still has some speed. He might not be as fast as he used to be, but he still can. He depends more on his route running nowadays than his speed anyway. Back then, he was depending more on his athletic ability and his speed. Now he's getting a little older. He got to be more creative. He more reliable on his route running, so he's killing people still. Andre Johnson, one of the best. This video long as hell, but hey, I like Andre Johnson. I'm a big fan of Andre Johnson. Even when he retired, he's a future Hall of Famer. There is no debate, no argument. And if you say he, like some of the running backs I was saying in my last list, when I say top 10 running backs, you say he's not a running back, he's not a Hall of Famer, he's not a. If you say Andre Johnson is not a future Hall of Famer, you need to get slapped in your fucking nose because you sound dumb as fuck. If you say Andre Johnson is not a future Hall of Famer, you really sound stupid. You really sound stupid. Just saying. He put over 10,000 yards. You really, really sound stupid. Okay? Okay. Number 5, Larry Fitzgerald. Future Hall of Famer. No argument, no debate, no nothing. You can't even debate that. He's a future Hall of Famer. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Look what the shit he done in his career. Even though he was never in the best situation because he had shitty quarterbacks over the years. All these garbage ass quarterbacks he had. The best top when Larry Fitzgerald was at his best when he had Kurt Warner on his team. Remember that 08, 09 team when they went to the Super Bowl? When he had Kurt Warner on his team? Oh my God. And Edgerrin James and shit. Oh my God. That team was beasting. Even though they lost the Super Bowl. Even though I picked the Steelers to win that Super Bowl. I like the Cardinals more. I wanted the Cardinals to win, but I knew the Steelers was going to win. You get the picture? But Larry Fitzgerald, one of the greatest receivers of all time. He has the best hands on this list. As far as this whole list, as far as receivers, all the receivers on this list, Larry Fitzgerald has the best hands out of everybody that I put on this list and honorable mentions. Larry Fitzgerald had the best hands. Period. There's no argument. A close second with the best hands is probably Golden Tate. Golden Tate and Steve Smith. Golden Tate, Steve Smith probably had the best hands on his list. And Larry Fitzgerald probably the best hands. But yeah. Oh yeah. Did I tell you he had 63 receptions, 784 yards, and 2 touchdowns? He ain't have enough touchdowns because Carson Palmer was out. So, Larry Fitzgerald, he's not a speedster. He never had been, never will be. But he still relies on his route running and his physicality to get open. He always been like that. He's very good, man. And he can still get the jump ball. At his age right now, he still can get the jump ball. I be telling people, don't go to sleep on Larry Fitzgerald. Just because he got a little older now doesn't mean he can't burn and kill your ass and murder you. He still would destroy you if you let him. He's one of the hardest guys to check, man. I'm a huge fan of Larry Fitzgerald, man. I'm a huge fan. Huge fan. That a player that don't play for the Lions, I'm a huge fan of. He's outside of the Lions. He's one of the players I'm a huge fan of. I like Larry Fitzgerald. I like his demeanor. I like his personality. He's a good role model to kids, you know. So he ain't do nothing bad. So I like Larry Fitzgerald all around, on and off the field. He's an interesting person. Okay, number 4. I'm gonna tell you right this: between 2 and 4 is a toss-up in my opinion. 2 and 4 is a toss-up. Between 2 and 4. Toss-up like a coin with a quarter or something. Like, ding! It's a toss-up. But I got at number 4, Dez Bryant. Dez Bryant, man, this dude is a monster, man. Dez Bryant is a monster. This dude be catching over 2 or 3 defenders and shit sometimes. But they be like the smallest corners and shit. This dude will catch over a defender. Remember that game when he torched Philadelphia Eagles corner Bradley Fletcher? Remember, he torched his ass for 3 touchdowns. Remember that shit? Earlier this season? Earlier this past season? Remember that shit? He torched his ass. 3 touchdowns. For 3 touchdowns. Killed him. In Philadelphia. Hell no. I think he had what? I can't remember how many yards he had that game, but I know he had a lot of yards. I think he had almost to 200, if not 200. He had 200, somewhere around 200. I can't remember, but I remember he had 3 touchdowns on his ass. He burned his ass every fucking play. Dez Bryant was going fucking nuts in that game, man. He was making Bradley Fletcher look like a damn fucking fool. He made him like a clown. So Dez Bryant, and he can win a lot of jump ball situations. I remember people saying that was a catch. That was a catch in that Green Bay versus the Cowboys game when it really should have been Detroit versus Seattle. But yeah, anyway, I'm not gonna go into that because it really ain't fuck us over. But anyway, in that game, they said he caught the ball. I mean, they said he incompleted the ball, but other people saying he caught the ball. He really didn't catch the ball because the ball hit the ground when he was in the possession of catching the ball. It hit the ground, then he came back up. But the Cowboys got fucked over either way it go. But karma was a bitch. It came back to bite him the next week. But I like Dez Bryant though. He's a beast. He's a beast. He's a T.O. wannabe. He's a younger T.O. That's all he is, a younger T.O. He cries like a baby. He punches his mom and beat his mom's ass and shit. But he's an asshole douchebag. But on the field, he gets it done, man. He's productive every week. Every week. 88 receptions, 1,320 yards, and 16 touchdowns. No touchdowns. I think he had the most touchdowns on the list too. 16 touchdowns. That's a lot of touchdowns. That's the most important number. He was really big when it comes to the red zone. Dez Bryant. I like Dez Bryant on the field. Not as a person off the field. Because I think he's a fucking idiot. But that's all I got to say. Number 3, AJ Green. People, are you fucking put AJ Green over Dez Bryant? Are you stupid? No. AJ Green is better than Dez Bryant. He is. He's more consistent than Dez Bryant. Realistically, he is. When he healthy. Only reason why he really got 1,000 yards, 1,400. I mean, not 1,400. I meant to say 1,041 yards, is because. And 88 receptions, I mean, not 88, but 69 receptions because he missed a good portion of the season when he was injured and shit. He was injured, like a few games and whatnot. A couple games, he was injured, so it hurted his chances. He was injured. And he had 6 touchdowns. But you also got Andy Dalton throwing you the ball. Andy Dalton is garbage. In my opinion, he can't get the job done. He's garbage. He's inconsistent. What quarterback has a two QBR? Number 2 QBR. His QBR was 2. I think it was against the Patriots. What team was that shit? He had a 2. No, it was the Cleveland Browns. Yeah, the Cleveland Browns. When he had a 2, his QBR was a 2. A 2. Because you know why? Because Andy Dalton is trash. A 2. Who gets a 2 in the QBR? He just got a garbage quarterback throwing to him. Come to the Lions. I wish he did. If he came to the Lions, we win in the Super Bowl. There is no argument. Because you can't stop him, Calvin Johnson, and Golden Tate. You can't stop all 3 of them. It's hard. Shoot. It's hard to stop Golden Tate and Calvin by themselves, let alone if AJ Green was on the team. But his contract too fucking big, though. Shit. If the Lions was really desperate to win, since they released Sue and they get some extra money next year, they can bring in a big ass receiver from free agency and be like, or from the draft or whatever, and just bring him in, make him a key factor. Fuck it, I ain't gonna talk about the Lions. Okay, AJ Green, beast, and he got very good hands, and he gets the jump ball. He catches the ball over 2 or 3 defenders sometimes. Not like that though. He ain't like that. Okay, number 2, Julio Jones. 104 receptions, 1,593 yards, and 6 touchdowns. Julio Jones was a monster, man. He's a beast. I remember that game that he lost when he was playing against the Green Bay Packers. I think he had what? I think he had like 200 yards, 225 yards or some shit. No, that was against Tampa Bay on Thursday Night Football when they blew him off 54 to fucking, what was that? 54 to 14 or something like that. They murdered the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and he had like 200. He had so many yards, so he got so many yards so quick that they had to take him out the game. They ain't want him to break the record. They took him out the game because he was killing them too damn bad. That's how good Julio Jones is, man. He got the speed. He has the speed. He has the jumping ability. Man, he's good at the yards after the catch. I like Julio Jones, man. I like him a lot. And he's a very good route runner. And he can read coverages for a receiver. And he's physical. I like Julio Jones a lot, man. I'm a big fan of Julio Jones. He ain't no douchebag like Dez Bryant is. He ain't no douchebag. I mean, he show off and be arrogant like on the field, but he ain't really. He probably a cool person off the field, but you know, on the field he's a fucking monster. That dude's a beast. He's a beast. I wish he was on my team. Man, who wouldn't want Julio Jones on their team? That dude's a monster, man. I don't know what the Falcons would do without Julio Jones. Without Julio Jones, that team ain't shit without Julio Jones. Matt Ryan ain't shit without Julio Jones. I'm sorry, but he's not. He's an average quarterback without Julio Jones. And Roddy White. Even though Roddy White he's starting to fall off a little bit because he's getting injured too much and he's getting old and shit. So, but he's still a solid receiver. But yeah, Julio Jones though, monster. That's all I gotta say, monster. And number 1 is even a bigger fucking monster, Calvin Johnson. I know everybody like, you know you gonna put Calvin Johnson on number 1. You know that because you're a Lions fan. No, that's not the only reason why I put him on the list. Calvin Johnson is a damn beast. He's a beast. I mean, yeah, he was injured he was out for like 2 or 3 games and still managed to get over 1,000 yards. Not many receivers that can do that. Not many receivers can do that. Can miss a few, like 3 or 4 games and miss a few games and still get over 1,000 yards. And he had. I can tell you exactly how many receptions. I don't need to look this up at all. I can tell you how many receptions he had. I can tell you how many yards he had and touchdowns. I don't even gotta look at nothing. He had 71 receptions, 1,000 yards, 1,077 yards, and 8 touchdowns. I ain't even have to look that up. You know why? Because I already know this. Because I'm a Calvin Johnson fan. I know this. I'm one of his biggest fans. I know this. And I'm a Lions fan. I know this. I know his stats. I know him and Golden Tate stats. I don't have to look at it. But everybody else, yes. But them two, no. I don't have to look theirs up. I know this already. Yeah. Calvin Johnson still got over 1,000 yards. Calvin Johnson gonna go down as the top 5 greatest receiver of all time, and he's gonna be a future Hall of Famer. There's no argument, no debate, no argument or debate. You can't argue this. There's no fighting it, no nothing. Future Hall of Famer, no questions asked, period. And if you disagree with that, you are a complete retard. You are retarded. He He has over 10,000 yards in his career, and he's not even done. People say he's washed up now, he's getting old and all this. The fuck? He's only 29. He's 20. He about to be 30 when next season starts. He's gonna be 30 years old, but he's still gonna be beasting on these clown motherfuckers when he's healthy. There's nobody in the league that can cover Calvin Johnson when he's healthy. When he's on his A game and he's healthy, oh my God, there is not one corner in this league that can keep up with Calvin Johnson when he's healthy. Yeah, people said Brandon Browner did it when he was going against the Patriots. That's because he wasn't completely healthy. He wasn't healthy. And plus Stafford was throwing some stupid ass passes in that goddamn game. But yeah, that's all I gotta say in this list, man. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, man. I'm out of here. Peace out.